Joining me today is Helen, and she's going to talk us through how to make the most amazing focaccia, but a gluten-free version. This is super interesting because there's a huge market out there for people that really want to eat their bread, but they can't eat gluten.
And it's really hard to find a good gluten-free focaccia out of home. It's so easy to make at home.
Yep.
And this is an express focaccia because we don't have any gluten, so there's nothing to knead. It comes together in a minute. It's easier to make than a regular focaccia, and it tastes exactly the same.
So how do we start the recipe?
So the key ingredient is a gluten-free Italian bread flour here. So the key component to this is a gluten-free wheat starch. It's going to make our dough really sticky and wet. You'll see the texture. So what's really interesting about this focaccia texture is it's like a wet, sticky batter. So it's not like a, you don't want a ball of dough. It's going to be very wet and sticky because gluten-free bread, to get it really bouncy and soft, it needs a lot of hydration. It needs a high water content.
And on our website, you'll be able to find the exact one that Helen likes to use. There's a real science to it when it comes to baking gluten-free breads, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. So like I said, key hydration is really important. So what you'll find with gluten-free batters, gluten-free doughs, is they're generally wetter. You want the high water content to get that bounce. So into that we add our yeast sachet. So I'll just grab those 7-gram sachets from the supermarket, straight in.
Yeast,
and some sea salt flakes. And the beauty of this recipe also, Justine, is it's vegan. We're not using any dairy, we're not using any eggs. We don't need any of that to get the bounce. It's all vegan. It just really relies on olive oil, salt, yeast and flour. Okay, and then we're just going to add 450 mils of warm water, and this is going to activate our yeast. So you want it warm, you don't want it too cold, you don't want it too hot, or you'll kill the yeast.
Okay.
So we're going to give it a quick mix, and you'll see how sticky and wet it is.
And I've noticed you're using not a dough hook, but just a mixer because I guess you're not kneading it.
No, you're not kneading it. You don't need any special equipment. Just a regular paddle attachment is totally fine.
Great.
Okay, look at how sticky that dough is, Justine. So this is not, your regular focaccia dough. It's really sticky and wet. So we need a spatula. And while I'm spooning that into the tray, Justine, I might get you to make the garlic and herb oil to top our focaccia. So this goes straight into our tray.
And we've put lots of oil in the tray because that's a signature part of a focaccia. Lots of oil on top of it, underneath it. So delicious.
Yeah, you want that like golden crust on the bottom and on the top. So we're just making a plain focaccia here, and then we're going to top it. But you can stop here. You don't need to top your focaccia. But the great thing about this recipe is it's really versatile. So we're using garlic and herb oil to top it. You can use like tomatoes. Just have a look at what's in your fridge and your pantry, and just throw it in there. So we just spread this out. So as I said, it's really wet and sticky. And then it will actually rise quite a bit. So we're going to let this rest for an hour. We want it nice and puffy. And then we pop it in the oven, and it has a second rise in the oven. So the reason this is an express recipe is because it literally takes 1 minute to mix it in the blender. And then all your work is done. It just needs to rest and then bake in the oven.
And at this stage, it just looks very flat, but it's going to rise and puff up, isn't it?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. You'll be surprised. So I'm just going to create some little indents in here, Justine. Can you pass me some olive oil?
Absolutely.
I like to oil my fingers so it doesn't stick to the dough. And then what I'll do is I'll create these little indents so that when you put your garlic and herb oil on top, it goes right to the bottom. So when you slice into your focaccia, all that beautiful garlic oil has seeped right to the bottom. And it's going to taste kind of like a cross between a garlic bread and a focaccia. It's really delicious.
I can imagine. And what I've just placed in here is some fresh rosemary. We've got some dried oregano, garlic, and lots of extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, so we just give that a quick mix and we'll just spoon it over the top.
Okay. Wow, Helen, this really has puffed up. It's almost doubled in size.
Yeah, it has. So this is what you want it to look like before we pop it in the oven. So it'll actually rise again in the oven.
Okay.
So it needs about half an hour, 35 minutes at 220 degrees.
Great. Wow, Helen, this looks so good. You would never know that this is a gluten-free bread.
Not at all. I'm going to cut it just so you can see how soft and fluffy it is. Because when my friends and family try this, I don't tell them it's gluten-free and they go, I can't even believe. It just tastes like a regular focaccia. So just look at how soft and bouncy that is.
So good.
And it came together. We literally put it together in a minute.
And I did notice when you brought it out of the oven, you took it straight from the tin.
Yeah, because you don't want a soggy bottom. You want it to be nice and crispy.
All right. Oh, hear that? Crunchy.
You can hear it, can't you? You can hear the crunch.
Amazing. It is that good. And really, it comes down to the quality of the flour. You
Yeah.
said that's super important.
Yeah, so just find a gluten-free Italian bread flour and it gives you that stretchiness, that doughiness, and you get that beautiful soft bounce.
Brilliant. Thanks, Helen.